Today we are with Stephanie, the co-founder of Swiftly Soap Co. Stephanie, tell us your story. How did you get involved in coming to craft show like this?
So about 5 years ago, I had my first son. When he was born, he had really bad eczema. And just every kind of soap and body product we used on him would just cause flare-ups. So we started looking at what we could do to help him and to reduce those flare-ups so that he wouldn't have those irritations. And in the process of that, we came across making soap. And I started experimenting with the different oils and butters that go in making soap. And in the process of doing that, I realized how much creativity and artistry there is in making soap as well, which I've always been a really creative person. I've always liked making things, whatever they might be. And so in addition to finding those ingredients that are really good for your body, I also found the joy of using really bright colors and amazing fragrances to add that artistic aspect to soap. And in doing that, I eventually realized I had way too much soap that I would ever be able to use, and wanted to share that joy, my artistic expression, with other people. So I started looking into small craft fairs and markets to go to where I could sell it so other people could enjoy that as well.
Perfect. I mean, that's a powerful story there. I mean, it is a personal story that drive that business. It wasn't you were out there trying to start a company itself.
Definitely not.
That's different, yeah, because otherwise, I think the personal aspect of the business is the most powerful motivators, because you're fighting to find a solution as fast as you can to relieve a pain from someone that you love.
Yeah.
And I think that aspect is more meaningful to start a business. And when you started, how did you find Craft Market? How did you go about that?
So at first, when I started, I lived up in Logan, so in Cache Valley in Utah. And there were a lot of markets there, and so I just started going to them and talking to the vendors that participated in them and finding out how they found their markets. And a lot of them said, they would find markets through social media. And so I started following the same pages they followed on social media so that I could find those same types of markets. And then the more markets I went to and the more people I met, the more markets I found out about. Then when I moved down to Davis County in Utah, I used kind of a lot of those same resources to find new markets in my new area. So now I do markets everywhere between Utah County and Weber County most weekends.
Whoa, that's commitment right there. A lot of traveling, a lot of markets.
Lots of traveling and lots of markets. I'm very blessed that I have a husband who's very willing to support me. And
that's a husband. That's the man. That's a man I feel like I can crack a cold beer with or something.
Yeah, he works weekends watching the kids so that I can come work weekends selling soap.
That's excellent. And some of the thing I run into with Facebook craft show, some of them can be a scam. Have you ever run into stuff like this?
I've seen a lot of scams. Yes, there are a lot of people who work hard to try not to work.
There you go.
And
they don't understand what capitalism is.
Yeah. And so one of the ways that I have found to kind of make sure that those events are legitimate is I'm actually part of a group that reviews craft shows and markets that vendors have been to before. So we can kind of be like, hey, I'm really hesitant about this one, not so sure if this is actually a legitimate event or not. And vendors are really a community. We really like to help each other out and be like, hey, that's an event that's been altered from what it originally was. And yes, that's a real event, but the information on it is changed and is no longer accurate. So they're trying to steal somebody else's work in advertising to go towards their own pockets.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is.
So when I go to market, the thing I struggle with is knowing how much inventory to bring. Because some market you go to, you might not make your booth fees. And some markets you go to, you might actually sell a lot. And I think it's hard for me to come with a precise decision on when to know how much to bring.
Yeah.
What do you do? What to that guide you on how much you product to bring to a market?
Honestly, I usually bring everything that I have available because you never really know what's going to sell well. You might go to one market and I'll sell 12 bars of my eucalyptus spearmint soap. And then I'll go to the market the next weekend and I'll sell no eucalyptus spearmint soap, but I'll sell 9 bars of huckleberry cream. So I try to bring everything that I have available that's ready to sell so that no matter what people are kind of trending towards that week, I have as much available as possible so that I can just keep selling until I don't have any left.
That's good. I mean, that's a good way to do it because you don't have to. If you sell all of it, then you sell all of your inventory. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Selling out is a good problem to have.
Yes, indeed. I guess one of the things that irritate me when I come to market as well is soap is very time consuming. It's almost like a science. You have to nail it down to make it. And some of the vendors are like, with all due respect, I see some vendors that are selling stuff they get from Temu or Alibaba or Amazon. When I think of craft show or homemade items, I just don't think it is appropriate. People should bring it and try to resell them. What is your take on that?
At the end of the day, everybody's using their own skills, whether that be marketing something they've acquired from somewhere else or marketing an item that they've made themselves. And while I personally love those handcrafted items because they're so unique, and a lot of those items that they do get from the wholesalers are kind of something that you see over and over and over again at lots of different places without a lot of change. And so the great thing about those handcrafted products is that they're so unique. You'll never find something exactly like it anywhere else.
Definitely. Because there's nothing AI can do to change the homemade item because the idea is coming from you personally. It is unique. Someone cannot replicate it. Someone can do something, but it will be unique to them because that idea, it is, I guess, part of who you are on how you make your product, the packaging, the designing, the coloring, how much scent do you put, all of it is unique. I just think when I see those renders, which, like I say, is okay, but I think when it comes to a craft show, it kind of, I feel like, well, this is not craft because you didn't make it, you just buy it.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
I tend to just kind of be like, okay,
yeah,
then just quickly glance and walk past. So, because it's more fun to look at the things that are unique.
That's absolutely. And what is your take? I guess so. Not your take. What is the goal for this business?
I would love to be able to get my products out to as many people as possible because I truly believe it's a great product that can help people, and everybody needs soap. But I want it to stay small. I don't want it to get so big that it becomes less me because it's so much of an artistic expression that I love that I make every single bar myself. I get to choose the colors, I get to choose the fragrances, I get to choose every ingredient. So while it would be fun to have a huge business and have my products everywhere, I like that someone can say, oh, I have this item that was made by hand by this person, and every single item was made by me. And I just have complete creative control.
Yeah, no big corporation. Walmart, you're not welcome here.
Nope. That would be just too much demand for what I want for my company. So
Perfect. Now, where can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Etsy, and local markets throughout northern Utah. I always do post what markets I'm going to be at on my Instagram and my Facebook page because I do have followers who like to repeat buy and like to know where they can find me when they start running low on soap so that they don't ever run out.
Well, now I know I have my soap lady now. Stephanie, thank you so much for doing this. And I think your story is great.
Thank you.